Okay, so welcome back. Obviously, you've had a look at the description, and it's not where we thought we were going to be with the dragon's tail fabrication. Mainly because I've had a lot of other work on, and I haven't had time to get right into it. I've developed a few more of the segments out. The aluminium sheet is here ready, and a few other things. So I haven't actually got around to putting that down on video yet, but I do have something that does relate to it, that I did mention in a previous video, that I thought you might like to see, because I think this pardon me, I think it's very, very well made, very pretty. It's a very good idea, and I thought you all might like to see it. Now, I know I mentioned in the previous video that the sort of the entrance to this golf sort of obstacle were these laser cut dragons. Now that has changed slightly now, because I believe they've got a bit of an issue obtaining two opposite hand versions. They can only get a right hand version, so and that's relevant, and I'll show you why it's relevant now. Okay, so the first thing I got to show you is this. Now this is where the inspiration has come from for the dragon's hole, so to speak, and I think it's brilliant, to be honest. All this is, I mean, this is probably I don't know, maybe, I don't know, 0.8. I don't even think it's a mil. I think it's probably like 0.8, you know, thick, normal carbon steel. What they've done is they've had a laser cut, obviously, and then what he's done is he's taken, I think it's a TIG torch, by the look of it, or maybe it's been done with something else. I'm not sure, but it appears that it's been heated in some way, very, very accurately, and had these very, very pretty patterns put on it. What he's also done is he's brazed the claws and the tail and a section of the tongue there, which I think is absolutely fantastic, to be honest. Like I said, it's really, really pretty piece. Now, he doesn't have the opposite hand. Obviously, there is a difference. If you look between the front and the back, if you feel it, a lot of the dross is still on there. The back hasn't been cleaned up. You know, this is how it would have come off, I think, the machine. It looks like the heat marks have been put in there, so I'm not sure if this was done on, I don't know, I'm not sure if they were perhaps put in by the laser or something, or whether that's just what's come through from the other side. But either way, he only has them in this hand, and the reason that he only has them in this hand is when he first started making them, so I'm told, he made them in both hands, and he had a lot of complaints from Welsh people telling him that his dragon was the wrong way around, so he stopped doing them. Now James brought this down for me the other day, along with another piece that I might show you in a minute. It's not that interesting, but it's quite clever what they've had done. So we had a little bit of a chat about it, and James is he's decided that the entire sort of fabrication of the golf obstacle is going to be powder coated red. Now, if he then sticks a red dragon on there, the issue is that it's going to be lost in the background. So we had a little chat about it, and what we're going to do is we're going to get these cut out of brass, yeah, and probably polish them up, something like that. This, like I said, this is just carbon steel, but I think you can feel it's been lacquered or something to stop it corroding. But even so, even though we're not using it, I think it's a fantastic. I think it's a fantastic piece, and I think it's certainly credit where it's due. It's certainly very original and very interesting. So we're gonna probably take it. What we'll do is we'll take a 1-to-1 copy of this scan as a PDF. And then lay it straight out into AutoCAD and convert it that way. I think it's going to be the best. So that's that. Very nice piece. Oh, by the way, if Richard is out there we go, and you are a YouTube fan and you do happen to see this, I'll put a link up for those people who can't quite read that on there. I'm sure everyone can. If perhaps you fancy cutting some out to brass, handed, that'd be great. So that's that. I mean, like I said, very nice, very nice piece of work. Right, okay. The other thing that James has brought down is this. Now, this is a section of part of the actual golf hole, and this forms the outside edge, and the playing surface is here. That sort of slots in there. Now, I don't know if you can see. There we go. Now this is an extrusion, aluminium extrusion, and basically they get this in straight lengths and then have it cut down and powder coat. But obviously, they can get corners for this, so that's another thing that I do for them is I make up a piece that allows them to turn 90 degrees, and also I do straight connectors from. But the reason I'm showing you this, and I'm not going to show it too much because I'm not sure what sort of copyright or patents or whatnot James actually has on this. But this is not something that you can buy off the shelf. This is something that James has come up with and designed purposely for their courses. So they've actually gone out and they've designed this extrusion purposely to fit their golf holes together, and they've gone out and they've had it extruded. They've had a die made, and they've had their own sort of extrusion, made, which I think is it's a hell of a lot of work and effort that they're putting into this. And to be honest, they've come up with a fantastic product. In fact, they've come up with a brilliant extrusion. The actual golf course itself is great, but this extrusion, I'm sure has got an absolute, myriad of uses. So there we go. I thought I'd just show you that. So that's something else that we're going to be doing for James. Okay, now I'm going to do a load of stuff that I said I wasn't going to do, and I'm going to show you a few things that for want of a better word, I've acquired over the last sort of few weeks. So if I put that by there, firstly, and possibly my favourite is, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there's oil on there. I should have really wiped that before I showed everybody, but there we go. Very nice 50mm face mill, full of inserts, brand new ones, and I think also there's a little box of inserts in there with it. So I managed to acquire that. That's it was actually donated. It sounds like I've stolen it, but I haven't. It was actually donated to me by somebody that I won't name, because I'm not exactly sure how he come about it. But even so, it was very, very, very greatly received. The actual arbor is one that I had here. You might notice that on the arbor there's an extension. Now, the mill that's here has two different tapers on it. It's got an iron 30 on the actual horizontal, and it's got a 3MT on the actual vertical head. Now, I'm not one for buying new tooling, so I like to sort of pick up bargains, you know, wherever I can. And obviously, you know, some of the older stuff has got imperial drawbar threads. The newer stuff, you know, got metric drawbar threads, and you know, I don't really. I started making drawbars for different the different threads I had here, and it started to get, you know, I had 3 or 4 drawbars up there that you know, it was starting to get a little bit beyond. So I thought, right, what I started doing was making just a little insert, you know. So on the end of there, I think it's like a 3/8 I don't know, 3/8 thread on there, and then M12 in that end. So I made a pile of these, you know, of all different imperial threads, and then I just you know, Loctite in the end, and job done. And I can use an M12 drawbar on all the arbors. Okay, so that's that. The other thing, right? Okay, what else we got? Okay, yeah, we got a woodruff cutter. Now this is an eBay purchase. It's come from a liquidator. You can usually tell when things come from liquidators, because they've usually got an asset number on it. Yeah. Now, very often liquidators aren't that cheap, you know, but it just so happened that this one, I think I paid £3 for that, and it's, you know, it's not bad. The intention at the time was I was going to knock up a few tool holders for the new tool post that I showed you in the last video. But as it happened, I managed to come across a few of them as well. So I never actually needed to do that. But so there we go. If I need one, that's I think that's 5mm. Yeah, I think it's a metric. I think it's 5mm woodruff cutter. Yeah, so we got one of them. Another thing, what else have we got that's semi-interesting? Here we go. Another eBay purchase here. We got a little 45-degree dovetail cutter. Yeah, well, so that's still in the wax. That's brand spanking new. I paid £5 for that. Yeah, not really sure what I'm going to use it for yet, other than dovetails, obviously. But I got a tendency to buy things that perhaps I don't actually need if they're a reasonable price. This one's this one's a screwed shank on there. At the moment I use both. I got Posilock collets and normal collets as well. Okay, so that's this week's little haul. There are a few other things. The tool post is on the lathe, and we've got a few more tool holders as well. So that's that sorted. Should we go and have a look at that? Yeah, come on, let's have a look at that. Okay, so here we are at the lathe. For those of you who haven't seen it, which is probably all of you, to be honest, because I haven't actually shown it before. It's a 1950, 1955 Mitchell Woodhouse. it's not particularly large lathe, but it's very, very heavy. Anybody who knows anything about old lathes, Mitchell and Woodhouse used to do a lot of big sort of industrial lathes, and they were sort of tempted into producing a smaller lathe. Even though it is a smaller lathe, it's still sort of it's 900. It's like a meter between centers, and then and if you take there's a removable gap section there, and with the faceplate on, and you can face off 15-16 inches in diameter. Yeah, I mean, so you can see the tool post is up and mounted. That's in position. Like I said, it was a little bit large, but it's on there, you know, and that's the main thing. And all the tools are centered up. So I got some 25mm or inch shank ones which won't center up. They're too low on it, but or too high, sorry. So I might have to rethink them. I may perhaps mill a little bit off the bottom of the tool holder, or maybe take a bit off the bottom of the actual tool itself to get them in there. But yeah, it's on there. No, I haven't drilled for the locating pin yet, because obviously, you know, it's hard work finding time to sort of do these sort of things. You know, if the lathe is down for a couple of hours, you know what I mean, something's not getting done, and you know whatnot. So I need to try and keep it the sort of playing around with it to a minimum. So yeah, that's on there. I don't know if you can quite see up here, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 tool holders now, you know, which is to be honest plenty for what I do, you know. Like I said, the one obviously came with the tool post itself. The other 4 I managed to pick up for 100 quid. So that was all right. I had 3 plain ones and 1 V'd one, you know, for a bar. So I was quite happy with that. So I mean, that's that. As soon as I'm open, perhaps this week sometime, I'm going to get on to the actual fabrication of this dragon's tail. I've got a few little jobs that I need to get rid of first before I do. As you can see, I'm not really, you know, suited up for working at the moment. It's nearly 8:30 at night, so you know, I'm just about calling it a day now. But hopefully over the weekend, you know, I can have a look at it, and we'll be seeing the video for the dragon's tail at the beginning of next week. So I hope to see you then. I hope I haven't bored you too much, showing you all my nice little finds, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week for the dragon's tail. Okay, see you next time.